Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Paul, and on this channel I like to go over things that I'm curious about and things that I've looked into a little bit I like to share. So with today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys kind of a continued conversation from the two previous videos on learning. But this one is going to talk about why you should be a generalist and a specialist, or put another way, why you should be a jack of all trades and a master of one, and not have it be an or. Okay, so I'm going to start first from the argument of why you should be a master of one or a specialist. So I think starting out, it is true that if you want to have any, or I think it's a good idea to have expert knowledge in at least one field that you are going after. That way you have, frankly, a job in the marketplace. That way you can be referenced, you can be the go-to source for whatever given field or subject that you are studying or involved in and work in. I think that is a great idea just because it has job security in that. Or, if you are an entrepreneur, then you have, kind of your own business and you're the go-to source for that. So I do think that there is validity to that argument. Absolutely 100%. More so, like if you had to only choose one, I would absolutely agree that your quality of life would probably be better if you were a specialist. Okay, just plain and simple, your quality of life probably would be better if you were an expert in one field, just because of what being an expert kind of does for you in the marketplace. But I think there is a huge downside to this that not many people talk about at all, and I've noticed it, which is why I try and study various subjects. I think the Achilles heel of a specialist is the fact that they're ignorant and they think they know something because they know something. They think they know something about how the world works because they know a little something about one field. And what happens when a society gets so specialized in its general fields is this. Let's say you take someone who studies nutrition, for example. They have no idea how finances work. And then let's go the other way. You have a guy who studies finance, no idea how the body works, no idea what's good for him and what's not. And then this is obviously multiplied to the nth degree with everybody, with millions and millions of people. What you end up having, and the second I say this, you'll be like, that's true. What you end up having is many people in the nutrition side of things who they hear different opinions on the finance side of things for what to do with their money. And they're left with, I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to believe. And then on the other side, we hear so many different types of diets that we could use. Oh, this one's better. This one's better. This one's better. What is the person, the finance person left saying? I don't know who to believe. This is too hard. This is too difficult. I don't know. And then we just end up making subpar choices because we don't want to make the wrong choice. And same thing, vice versa, with the nutrition person, with the finance. There's too many choices, so we don't want to make the wrong choice, so we just keep our money in the bank account and not do anything with it, or we don't know how to invest, etc. I think there is a huge problem with being so specialized and not continuing some type of education, whether it be reading books, listening, etc. The person who is so specialized without being generalized as well is left to the hands of manipulation. And I think the most powerful thing anyone could possess is knowledge, because now if you have knowledge of multiple fields, you can understand where people are coming from and if they actually are here to help you. Whereas if you're ignorant to a field and you have no idea, you have truly no idea if this person, one, has your best interest in mind. You're going off of faith and trust. But two, if what they're actually saying will help or is in the right direction necessarily. And so this goes back to being a jack of all trades, having a little bit of knowledge, enough knowledge about a lot of different trades, and then being a master of one. How do you know if someone, say a plumber came over and, he's working on the stuff? How do you know that he didn't just do a quick fix? How do you know that he didn't just do something to only come back a year later, that way he can get paid again? And you have this with every single industry. I just use that one as a quick example. You don't know the difference between quality work and subpar work. We don't know the difference. And so I think the most dangerous spot that anyone can be in is to be ignorant, just plain and simple. Now, we all are for various subjects, and there's a part of that we cannot help. But I do think as much as possible, each one of us should work on having as much knowledge about different fields as we can for our own well-being. I just think that this should be an and mentality instead of an or. And we used to live, I feel like, in a very generalist society. And now, as competition increases, specialization increases. So, even with PhD candidates and students, it's becoming more and more specified within the field even. And so then that leaves them ignorant to even other stuff in the field because they only know their little section. And I think what will start happening as we hopefully adopt this and mentality instead of like an or mentality is we'll start seeing a lot of the connections between the different fields. I personally have a belief, and I've had it for probably since middle school, that everything is connected some way, shape, or form. I can't explain it all, but I think everything's connected in some way, shape, or form. So if we get this insight from this field, it'll probably lead you over into that field in whatever manner. But I think when we all become a little bit more aware of what each other is doing, we can understand a little bit more how the world's connected. And I think when that happens, we can understand a little bit more of each other, and then it just builds on itself. Then we become closer together, just an understanding of what people do. So I think adopting this and mentality would be very, very beneficial. Again, I am motivated by this because I don't want to be ignorant and taken advantage of. Inevitably, that'll happen to some extent sometime in each of our lives. We will make the wrong choice with the doctor. We will make the wrong choice with finances. We will, continue to make the wrong choices with various amounts of things just because we didn't know. But I think even doing something like reading 3 to 5 books on a topic, 3 to 5 books are the most highly rated books on one topic is a great place to start, just to get familiar with a general subject and not be completely ignorant to what people in that field are saying. So anyways, that's just my thoughts on this. I think we really, really, really desperately need to adopt an and mentality, generalist and specialist, jack of all trades and master of one. And yeah, I just think that would be beneficial. So let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me. If you think that there's a stronger side for the argument to be a generalist or a specialist or to do the and mentality. So let me know your thoughts below. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.